Greetings, my fellow wisdom seekers. The idea that you don't have a soul because you are the soul challenges the conventional notion of separation between the self and the soul. Many spiritual teachings and philosophical frameworks emphasize that the soul is not a possession or an external part of who you are, it is your essence. You are not a body that has a soul, rather you are a soul experiencing life through a body. This perspective shifts the focus from fear and external control to self-realization and internal empowerment. It suggests that your true nature is eternal, beyond the confines of physicality or even religious dogma. Religions, however, have historically taught that the soul is something you can lose or damage through sin or disobedience. This fear-based narrative often serves as a mechanism of control, keeping adherents dependent on clergy, rituals, or doctrines to save or protect their souls. By framing the soul as something fragile and separate, religions create a sense of anxiety in individuals, making them believe their eternal fate hinges on external authority. This concept can lead people to surrender their autonomy and live in fear of punishment or separation from divine grace. The notion of losing your soul is rooted in dualistic thinking, which separates the sacred from the mundane, the spiritual from the physical. However, many spiritual traditions outside of organized religion teach that the soul is indestructible and cannot be lost. You are inherently divine and connected to the universe. This understanding is empowering because it eliminates the fear of eternal damnation or loss. Instead of seeking salvation outside yourself, you are encouraged to look within and recognize your own divinity. Religions often emphasize concepts like sin, guilt, and eternal judgment to maintain control over their followers. If people believe their souls are at constant risk, they are more likely to conform to religious rules and seek guidance from authority figures. This dynamic creates a hierarchical system where power is concentrated at the top and fear ensures compliance. By perpetuating the idea that the soul is something external and vulnerable, religions sustain their influence over individuals' lives. In contrast, the realization that you are the soul dissolves this fear-based control. If your essence is eternal and cannot be harmed or lost, then there is no need to live in fear of punishment or separation. This understanding aligns with the teachings of mystics and philosophers who emphasize unity, oneness, and the indestructible nature of consciousness. It shifts the focus from external validation to inner exploration, encouraging individuals to take responsibility for their own spiritual growth. This perspective also reframes the relationship between humans and the divine. If you are the soul, then you are already connected to the divine source. There is no need to seek approval or redemption from an external entity because there is no separation in the first place. This understanding can be liberating as it frees individuals from the constraints of dogma and allows them to experience spirituality in a more direct and personal way. Religions that rely on fear of losing the soul may resist this perspective because it undermines their authority. If people recognize their inherent divinity and stop fearing eternal punishment, they are less likely to adhere to rigid doctrines or participate in rituals out of obligation. This can be seen as a threat to the institutional power of organized religion, which often depends on fear to maintain its influence over followers. The idea that you are the soul also encourages a deeper sense of responsibility. Instead of externalizing blame or seeking salvation from outside forces, individuals are empowered to cultivate their own spiritual awareness. This journey is about remembering and reconnecting with your true nature rather than earning your way into a state of grace or salvation. It shifts the focus from fear to love, from separation to unity. Ultimately, the fear of losing your soul is a construct designed to control behavior and maintain systems of power. Recognizing that you are the soul dismantles this fear and opens the door to a more authentic spiritual experience. It encourages self-discovery, compassion, and a deeper connection to the universe. By letting go of fear-based narratives, individuals can embrace the truth of their eternal nature and live more freely. In summary, the realization that you are the soul is a profound shift in perspective. It dissolves the fear and control mechanisms perpetuated by organized religion and empowers individuals to embrace their inherent divinity. This understanding transforms spirituality from a system of external rules and punishment into a journey of self-realization and inner peace. It reminds us that our essence is eternal, unbreakable, and inseparably connected to the divine.